I love shopping for yarn at Walmart and seeing what they have in store. So today I'm going to show you exactly what I make and with exactly which skein of yarn from Walmart. I tried different variety from the velvety Mainstays yarn and even red heart. So make sure you stay to the end and subscribe. And all of these are free patterns that are going to be linked below as well. So the first yarn I want to show is the soft velvety yarn from Mainstays. So this is the Walmart brand and it is only found at Walmart. And this is just a little over $7 and I believe it's like a size 5 or 6. Anyways, I got the color white and I like this free plushie, the bunny tutorial by Mayhem here on YouTube. Like I said, all the patterns are going to be linked down below. This does have a lot of sewing. Each piece is separate, but look how cute it is. And it just looks so aesthetic with that velvety touch. And you could even use the pink yarn that they had there too for the bows and the nose and everything, which is so nice. And this sells really well on my Etsy shop. It's probably one of the most popular plushies. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I love the Juicy Couture yarn from Joanne, but Joanne's gone. I haven't seen that yarn, but this looks exactly the same and feels very similar. So it's nice that I was able to replace this with yarn from Walmart. Right now, my nearest store isn't super fancy, so they don't have this. I have to travel a little bit further to get this yarn, but it's so worth it. The next thing I made was this little baby duck, baby chick. I made it with the white yarn as well. It still turned out really cute. I made it with the yellow before. I liked how it looked better in yellow. But they didn't have that in the Mainstays yarn, so I just used the white yarn. And I had to use different yarn, like Dollar Tree yarn, for the beak and for the feet. And I embroidered the eyes. But I just love how this yarn is really soft and plush look. The velvet look really elevates the patterns. And then the next one was this free chunky cinnamon roll pattern from Sanrio. Once again, I just love that soft velvety look. It looks very I don't know, kind of luxurious. This makes it look really nice and different, especially if you still like a chenille yarn or a blanket yarn, like a more puffier yarn for crocheting, like a size 5 or 6. The velvet definitely works. But this one I ended up frogging because I just couldn't get it right with the blue eyes and mouth. I couldn't embroider it right, and I didn't have a Cricut to cut the felt myself. But now I've gotten pretty good at cutting felt eyes, so I definitely need to try this again. Let me know what you think. Have you tried the velvety yarn? Are you going to try it? What do you make with it? And now next is Bernat blanket frosting. I know sometimes with those who make amigurumi and plushies, blanket yarn gets a lot of hate, but you need to try Bernat baby blanket. It's so much softer than regular Bernat blanket. And this was the color newspaper, so it's kind of like a marled, kind of off-white gray color. So I made a cat with it, and this is a paid pattern. It's my pattern on my Etsy, and I wanted like a larger plushie. And since Bernat blanket is a size 6, it's a thicker yarn, I feel like it works really good for like a very decent size plushies. I mean, you can use it for a little no-sew plushie too, but I like it for bigger plushies. And then I also got Bernat blanket frosting once again from Walmart. These were on sale. They're only $5, and this was the berry color. So once again, a marled, variegated with pink and even a little orange shades in there too. A very pretty yarn. And I made these no-sew dinosaurs. The pattern is so cute, right? But this is what I mean where I prefer Bernat blanket for bigger plushies, because sometimes it's kind of hard with the no-sew plushies, at least for this one. Like, it's kind of nice how you can't see the stitches and it blends really well together. But I just had trouble with this pattern. I feel like it didn't really pop. But I did try it again with these crochet baby hats, and it came out so cute, so squishy, and it really was only 30 minutes. So definitely give it a try. And then I had to go back and get the blue shade because this was on sale for $2.50 at Walmart. That's why I love buying yarn at Walmart. But unfortunately, I haven't used it that much. But I finally found this no-sew seahorse pattern. And that's what I used it for, like the crown or mohawk or whatever you call that. That is with a Hobby Lobby yarn. It's not from Walmart, sorry. But I thought it turned out so cute. And just the different blue shades of that frosting color. it really came together nicely. So this was a nice no-sew pattern for a Bernat blanket. Sometimes just kind of hit or miss. But anyways, moving on, now I want to show you what I made with this red heart yarn. Super saver, I know, so scratchy, so squeaky, but I saw this free pattern on Instagram. I really want to try it. This little bear bag, I thought it was adorable. So I just went to Walmart, grabbed the first yarn, which was red heart, and look how cute it is. I love the bag. It is a longer project. It takes a while to work up. And yes, I know red heart is not the easiest yarn to work with, but sometimes you just gotta work with what you have. So it does hurt your hands after a while. It is a little scratchy, it is a little tough to work with, but just because it's difficult doesn't mean it can't make nice things. So keep that in mind. If you still have some laying around, just give it a try. If you're, I don't know, feeling like trying something different, you won't regret it because it still turns out super nice. And there is so many things you can make with just one skein. I made 2 of these bags. They sold on my Etsy. They're not there right now because they kind of stopped selling, so let me know if you want to see them again on Etsy. But the next thing I made with that red heart is this baby Groot, because I saw this pattern on YouTube. I wanted to make it, and I figured I had already this red heart in this tan shade. I think it's called Buff. So I was like, instead of buying the same yarn again in Big Twist or Premier Just Yarn, why not make it with what I already had? So that's what I did. I love this pattern. There's a lot of sewing, a lot of details, but it turned out so cute. And sometimes it's worth it if a pattern has a lot of details, because look how beautiful it turned out. You can't get something like this with a no-sew pattern. And I'm going to attach a keychain to it, and those are from Walmart as well. And then the very last thing that I make with Walmart yarn is the black cotton yarn. I use this to embroider eyes, and it turns out really nice, and I think it works much better than the acrylic yarn, because sometimes the acrylic yarn could be a little bit pilling where the cotton yarn isn't. So I highly recommend it. I've made so many plushies and use this yarn, and I still have plenty left, and it's only like $1, so definitely give it a try. So that's what I've made recently with Walmart yarn. I definitely need to stock up on more Walmart yarn, but if you've seen my other yarn video, you know I have a lot of yarn that I'm trying to use up first. So comment below what you want me to see crochet next, and if you're still watching at this point, let me know you made it to the end. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.